Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wednesday evening, an evening full of nail inspiration and techniques, an evening full of Nail Talk Live e-workshop. And I'm here tonight for you with Aletta, our Dutch trainer that is specialized in nail art and nail art done with stamping. Aletta is also one of our two team captains of the magnetic competition team, and a little bit more about Aletta just in a little bit. So tonight I also have the winners for you of Henriette's challenge of 2 weeks ago, which had of course a Halloween theme. Well, tonight we also will have a little bit of an Halloween theme, but then stamping. And of course stamping nail art, often we think, well, that's a super easy technique to do, but there are tips and tricks and techniques that you need to know in order for it to be super simple and fast. Because if you don't work correctly, then it won't work out on your nail. Well, last weekend we also went to France. I don't have the recap video yet because we had a little bit of turmoil getting back. Jaap and I went by car from Zeeland, and just before Chartres, where Sabine is our distributor for France, we had a little light in the car telling us that the oil pressure was not good. Well, long story short, it ended up that I flew back from Paris last Monday, and Jaap traveled together with Gillian, Luelle and Jessica by car, first to Zeeland, where Jaap lives, and then back to the company. So we've seen a lot of this part of Europe the last couple of days. It was super great to be in France because we had a lot of people that were watching Nail Talk Live, and they did awesome workshops with Jessica and with Luelle. Both blush themed, difficult nail art, inlay nails. We covered the whole spectrum of what Magnetic offers. Well, perhaps a little bit more of that and more to enjoy this evening. Let's get started. Yes, of course, I have to check the comments, because if you at any moment have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me through the comments, and I will put your questions and comments through to Aletta. Nail art stamping. Well, first a little bit about Aletta. Aletta was trained as a nail technician by the Magnetic Nail Academy, but Aletta started her career actually as an Insta vlogger, or a vlogger for nail art. And she made a lot of little videos and photos of beautiful nail art. And that is actually, of course, I knew Aletta from her visiting the shop and visiting the various classes in magnetic nail design. But during Corona, I saw a beautiful video that Aletta made with glass gel polishes, and it was really perfectly done. And I contacted Aletta immediately that very evening, and I said to her, listen, Aletta, I would love for you to be part of Nail Talk Live. Well, Aletta came to the office together with her boyfriend, and we started talking, and now we are almost 4 years later. And Aletta has been proven a very valuable trainer for Nail Talk Live shows, a trainer in the nail art classes in magnetic nail design, and for the last year, also one of our two captains of our competition team in the Netherlands, the magnetic competition team. And Aletta and Michelle both coach the girls in the team. They help them, give them support, encourage them, give them feedback. And of course, both Aletta and Michelle know what they're doing because both are also competition winners. Actually, Aletta even won her last competition last Monday, a smaller competition here in the Netherlands. So I'm very happy to introduce all of you to the fabulous queen of nail art and stamping, Aletta.
Wow, that was such a big intro. I'm blushing a little bit. Thank you, Pepijn. Good evening, everyone. I love stamping. It's one of the first techniques I started with when getting introduced into the world of nails, because it's a very, I don't want to say easy technique, because it's still a technique you need to practice, but it's a very easy way to get into the world of nail art. And if you work in a salon, it's a very quick way to give your clients some extra nail art after their gel polish surface or power gel surface. So yeah, I really like it, and I want to show you what you can do. It's a little bit like from the start. I'm going to use liner gel, I'm going to use nail polish, so I hope you enjoy tonight.
Yes, so we're going to start with the basics of nail art stamping. And of course, with this, we set the benchmark for additional classes that we will do with Aletta. And of course, also Jessica, who also uses a lot of stamping. But Aletta, what struck me when I saw your posts and when I saw all of your videos is that your work is very clean and crisp. And that is also one of the main benefits of stamping when you do it correctly.
Yeah, I totally agree. I love hand painting as well, but sometimes when you don't have a good enough rest, you didn't sleep well, or your lines are kind of squiggly or something, stamping is always straight. Your lines will always be perfectly fine, if you do it correctly, of course. Yeah, it's a very cool way to make cool nail art.
Well, that sounds interesting and something that we all can use. So let's get started with the first design, Aletta. Of course, you already prepared the base.
Yeah.
And how did you do this?
It's very simple. It's 2 coats of the newer color Ava Apricot. 2 coats, and I removed the sticky layer after curing, of course, and then I buffed the surface, and now it's ready to stamp already. It's very important when you stamp that you remove the sticky layer. Sometimes it's easier to add a base and top first on your color, especially when you've used glitters or anything else on top of your color, to seal those glitters or whatever in. Then cure that, remove the sticky layer, and buff. So you need a rougher surface for your stamps so that it's easier to transfer them onto your nail.
Rougher, but also smooth.
Yeah.
So you don't want to, because that is why you said base and top, you don't want any glitter sticking out that can interfere with your stamp. You want a smooth surface, but a rougher surface. Do you use a white block to buff up the surface, or for instance, a smooth operator?
Everything is possible. You can use the new smooth operator. For this one, I used the hygienic file system, the pink one. The purple one, I think it's too rough. I don't like it to make my nail ready for stamping or another nail art. The purple one I use when I want to smooth out a power gel nail, for instance. But for nail art, I use the pink one.
Okay, so the pink hygienic buffer.
Yeah.
Those are the small ones that you can hold between your fingers just to buff the surface. In your salon, do your clients ask for this on 10 nails, or do you often do it on only 2 or 4?
It's mostly as an accent nail, so the ring finger. Sometimes the ring finger and the middle finger. But I like to make salon nail art, so it's the ring finger combined with glitter on the middle finger or the pinky. And then the other nails are gorgeous color. And then you very quickly have a cool design that you can send your clients home happy.
Okay, before we get started, I see a question of Monique. Will we have the results of the Louboutin challenge? No, Monique, the results of the Louboutin challenge will be done this Monday. They should have been done last Monday, but because Jessica was in France together with Gillian and me and with Luelle, she didn't have the time to do all the homework and do all of the back office work that's needed in order to give the prizes. So we posted also an image that the Louboutin winners will be made known coming Monday, when Cerisa is sitting at the tech table doing designs with cat eyes. So also a cool show to watch. Okay, so the base is Ava Apricot gel polish, 2 coats buffed with the pink hygienic buffer, and now.
And now we're starting with the stamp. For all these designs tonight, I'm going to use 1 stamping plate. I want to continue the Halloween autumn theme. And for this design, I'm using the, where is it? The skull, this one over here. But of course you can use any other one because they are all very cool. But I will show you some other designs next. But first, the skull. I'm going to stamp this one with the nail polish. In a salon I often use nail polish because it's faster. But if I want to add something to the stamp, I use liner gel. But that I will show you in another design. So I have my black nail polish. Always shake it beforehand. Don't open it beforehand. First shake and then open. I put it open beside my stamping plate. I don't know if you can see it. It's open, ready to use, and I have a brush wipe underneath my stamping plate. Of course, I have my scraper. It's all clean, and I'm using the clear stamper. And of course, my nail.
So I'm zoomed out a little
Perfect.
bit, so that's better to see.
With nail polish, it's very important that you work fast, but controlled. What I mean with this, the second you apply a little bit of nail polish on your plate, it starts drying because it's a nail polish. So the steps you do is very important that you have this under control. And that you don't hesitate. Don't keep checking your stamp when you picked it up, if it's correct or not. Just pick it up and stamp it on the nail. You will see if it's fine or not. And if you have this motion under control, it will be easier for you. So,
Laurence is asking whether or not your stamp is new, because it's so shiny.
this is a newer stamp. And I'm using this now because you can see easier through it. If you can see, you can see the image underneath it very well. I prefer to stamp with this one, but you can see the difference.
Yeah.
This one is an older one, and I use this one with liner gel. And because I use acetone to clean my stamps of my stamper, it fades.
Ah, it's only acetone. It's not buffed with a buffer.
No, it's just from using the stamper, it gets like this.
Okay.
Most of the time, the new stampers work fine. Always try them out first. But sometimes it's difficult with picking up the design. Then you can try first, use a wipe, just a nail wipe, and a little bit of acetone on your wipe, and just brush on top of it. Not really rough, just on top, like so. Sometimes that's enough for the stamp to create better transfer. How do you say it?
Yeah,
A better way of
adhesion.
transfer.
Yeah. Laurence is asking whether or not it's pure acetone. Yes, it's pure acetone. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And if the acetone doesn't work, then you can slightly buff the surface. But I find it, most of the time, it isn't really needed. It's more so when it doesn't work, it's the motion that isn't right, not the stamper.
Okay, and both Milene and Gemma also prefer the somewhat older stamps.
Yeah.
And Sabine is saying, oui, acetone cosmétique. Yes, it's acetone used in cosmetics.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to work fast, so keep a good eye on my work surface.
So, the black next nail polish.
I'm applying a generous drop, swiping, rolling, and then I'm going to apply it. I will check if I'm correct.
Let us now looking through the stamp,
can
and
see
there you
it.
can see the skull. Whoa,
It's
cool.
not perfectly in the middle, but I will take it for now. The good part about the nail polish is that you can continue with your next step right away. If you use liner gel, you need to cure it now. It's also, I think, some people prefer liner gel, some people prefer the nail polish. It's I like both. I started with nail polish because that was the only thing I had. And now like I said, I use it more often in the salon to be quicker. But if I want to add something extra, I use the liner gel. So
you're cleaning your stamping plate also with acetone.
Yes.
And Peggy and also Gemma are asking whether or not you use a lint roller that you use to clean your clothes, to clean your stamp with.
Yeah, I do. I almost only use my... Oh, it stuck to something else. Only use my lint roller. When I use liner gel, I also use the nail wipe, the prep and wipe.
Okay.
But I will show that later. Now I'm going to mix a little bit of base and top and a lovely, what's the name? I forgot it.
Chrome?
The sparkling chrome.
Sparkling chrome, so with a little bit of glitter.
Yeah. Just a little bit. Not too much. Oops. Clean my spatula.
And of course, the nail with the stamp is already okay like it is. It's
Yeah.
already a skull fit for Halloween. Let's be honest.
Already really awesome. And you can play around with the colors, of course. But I like the new orange color, even though I'm not really an orange type for to wear it on my nails.
And I will zoom in a little bit, and you can redefine the middle of the camera.
Oops.
So, that's a skull looking at you.
Now, before I'm going to apply the glitter, I will remove this one. I'm going to finish this nail with a matte top coat. You can, of course, also do the glitters first, but I want to play with the effect of a matte background and a shiny effect on it. So I'm first going to apply a small layer of extreme matte top gel. I forgot that, I'm sorry.
And you don't need any buffing layer of base and top in between?
No. It is possible. I am very scared of applying one coat of top coat in one. But if you saw me do it, it's already dry. It's perfectly to apply one coat. If I would do another design, which I will show later, I will do first a layer of base and top and then my top gel of choice, so matte or shiny.
Yeah, and then it's purely there to protect.
Yeah. So it's a new bottle, so there's a big drop on it. And now you can also see the effect when you apply the shiny top coat.
Yeah, it's also cool.
It's very cool. And you can see as well that the lines of the stamp are getting more intense, the black lines. So at first it may look like the black nail polish isn't as pigmented enough, but if you put a top coat on top, it looks black. Black as perfect.
Yeah, we have some people that are translating into German, like Cornelia. Thank you, dankeschön for das. I also see that Sabine is talking in French with her girls. Magnetic Yerevan is, of course, there. Hello, Armine. Nice that you're joining us again this evening. I see many people translating for each other. Let me see. Yes, I hear the beep of the twin light. So let's get back to the design.
I'm waiting for it to get. Yep. Now with my detailer 1, I'm picking up a little bit of the mix I just made. And which one would I like? Put a dot right here. First I'm making little dots.
And Magda is asking, is it special polish that you use, or or can you use any polish?
I'm using the long-lasting nail polish. It really depends on the pigment of the nail polish. You can try any nail polish, but some are just too watery, I suppose, which don't work very well.
And Sabine is asking, did you already try to stamp with gel polishes? Do you have any advice?
I did. And sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't. As well as the difference in nail polish, it depends on the pigmentation and the thickness of the gel polish. Some newer colors are easier to stamp with, I find, and the older ones are a little bit more difficult. And because gel polish is a little bit too runny, it's more difficult to transfer it really good.
Yes, of course, because it doesn't air dry.
Yeah, and because when you push the stamp on the nail, the lines go all the way.
Yeah, you push the lines away.
Yeah. But it is possible, but you have to work really carefully. I'm just putting a line all around and a little bit playful, a little bit messy. It doesn't need to be very straight, as if there's liquid gold dripping off this skull. I like one here maybe. Just play around with it. And this is a really fast way to add some extra, I like it like this, some extra detail.
Cool.
So I'm gonna cure this. And this is mixed with the base and top, so I can cure it for 30 seconds. And then I will add a little bit of extra highlight with some liner white mixed with the cerise sweeties, because I like to give that a little bit extra life into it, even though it's a skull. But it's the finishing touch, let's say. So it's cured for a few seconds. I didn't cure it fully because it goes back in the lamp a second time. So I don't really bother with every layer that I do to cure it fully, because every time I put it back in the lamp, it cures a little bit more.
Sabine is continuing on the gel polish for stamping. Is it an idea to cure gel polish a little bit before you do stamping? Before you stamp it?
I don't know. Maybe it's a possibility, but I think because gel polish cures mostly very fast, you create these kind of lines with your stamp. I don't know if you have this had this before, but sometimes with nail polish, if you stamp it, it's too dry already, and you get these little lines, like for example, this skull that didn't transfer all the way.
Yeah.
Like this part is standing up.
Oh, it gets stuck to the stamp, and you get little pooling lines.
Yeah. I think that's it's also what you can get if you use cured gel polish. But I don't know. I haven't tried it, so try it. I am using my Jessica's Choice, and I'm going to put little highlights.
Oh, in the skull itself?
Yeah.
Ah.
Very carefully. And this is the mix, liner white and the Swiss Sweeties. So it doesn't need a top gel on top. So you can use it on top. Just a little bit random. And you can see that the lines are very small, but the effect is really present.
Yeah.
A little bit of awkward position, but I want a little line on top. I think this is cool, so I'm gonna cure it. You probably noticed that in his nose and around his eye there was a little bit missing from the stamping, from the nail polish. This happens. It can happen because nail polish dries really fast. It's really hot in here. So sometimes maybe in your working place a window is open and some wind is blowing through. Nail polish dries fast. What you can do to help this is when you've applied, I will show it, if I can get my plate back. When you've applied the polish, like I showed you a few minutes ago, like this, scrape, scrape, you apply a second time.
Oh.
What this does, it fills up the spaces a little bit more. I don't have a nail to show you.
Perhaps on a white background?
I have a clear tip. I will use it. And I hope it still works. Now you can see that the eyes are completely filled in. This works with thin lines, it works with bigger lines, bigger surfaces. If you look at this stamping plate again, like this little witch, it's a big opening where nail polish or liner gel needs to cover.
Yeah.
So if you do this step 2 times, it fills it better.
Okay, that's a very good tip. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, Magda is also thanking you for the tip. And I saw that Harriet says she's freaking loving the design, Aletta.
Yay!
And how long will it first be cured, is Cornelia's asking. Well, the stamp is done with nail polish, so that cures by air. And then after that, you cure it according to the curing times of the product that you are using to seal it or to embellish it. So I hope that works. Helps.
Yeah, the matte top gel is already matte in 30 seconds, but I always fully cure it in 1.5 minutes, but I do that at the end because I use a stamp on top. I'm using the base on top, which needs 30 seconds. At the end, when your design is done, you already had all the time it needs to fully cure.
Laurence is asking, she doesn't remember where, but she heard that you can put one layer of bond before stamping to make it easier. Do you also do that sometimes?
I don't. Sometimes, but it depends on what I'm making and what my surface is I'm working on. But it really helps. Don't use too much because just like the sticky layer from your cured nail polish or your top coat, it will slide a bit. But if you use a tiny bit on the spot you want your stamp to transfer, it really helps because it gives a little bit of extra stickiness. So it's a really good tip. Yeah. Well, this was my first design. I will remove this one. It's very quick, very easy, but you can do this. This is a little bit of Halloween, autumn-like theme. But you can do this with summery themes, with flowers. All the stems you have, you can create a design like this. And of course, we have a lot of different pigments. Even with the neon pigments, you can use this. So there's a lot of opportunity to use this technique.
Yeah, super simple and super fast. That screams for a screenshot, of course. So Gillian, take your place. Da-da-da-da. And that is 3, 2, 1, screenshot. The first screenshot of this evening. I really like it. It's relatively simple, but effective. And if you wear a set of nails, of course, this is gorgeous, just as an embellishment. What is the homework this week? Because, of course, you want to start stamping like the queen you are. And that's possible because create on tips 10 different stamping designs of your choice. Play around with different products for stamping. So that's quite a big challenge. Create 10 different stamping designs, 10 tips with 10 different designs. That also helps you to prepare your clients for the upcoming period, whether it's more the winter feel, perhaps the Christmas feeling, but 10 different designs done on tips. You have 2 weeks to complete your homework. That means that the deadline is set on the 30th of October. And upload this through using the album stamping. Of course, Jessica will give you feedback and send us step-by-step photos, but not more than 4 and 1 end result. If you do that, you will get your certificate and you have a chance to win this prize selected by Aletta. Of course, the transparent stamp, the stamping plate Trick or Treat, Extreme Matte Top Gel, Disco Inferno, Glitter Gel Polish, Liner Color Gel Black, Neon Pigments Orange and Pink. So quite a nice prize, and you are able to create the designs that Aletta is showing you today. For the month of October, I have more trainers coming up for you. We are now straight smack in the middle. A week from now, Bianca from Germany, Bianca Freigang, will join me here in the studio, the first time for Nail Talk Live, the e-workshop, and she will take us in the world of autumn designs. And we'll end the month of October with Jessica coming back and I, together with my monocle, to show you how everything she taught you in her bootcamp works when it's all thrown together and we'll get the party started. So that is coming in the month of October. Don't forget either that the nail art products of Magnetic Nail Design are now on sale with a 20% discount. This goes for all the art gels, nail art, stamping plates and stamps. So make sure that you have all of that ready to go. Visit the shops of your local distributors or go to Magnetic Nail Design to find out your new nail art favorites. As I mentioned already, this weekend Jaap and I went to Chartres in France, but also Gillian traveled separately together with Luella, our trainer, and Jessica. And we joined all together in Chartres to visit our distributor Sabine and her team of nail technicians using magnetic products. And she had not only an open house, an open day on Saturday, but also an amazing event on Sunday and Monday. Well, we really enjoyed being there, and of course the video is not yet ready because Gillian came back yesterday afternoon and we need some time to prepare all of that, but here I have for you a group picture of the whole group together, and you see Jaap and myself in the background, hiding behind all of these beautiful ladies, and straight in the front, Virginie and Sabine that helped with the translation, and of course our very own Luelle and Jessica, our trainers. And the people really enjoyed themselves. We had a great dinner together, an amazing aperitivo with little hors d'oeuvre, a very nice wine, a very nice hotel, and a wonderful host, Sabine, that organized all of this for her clients in France. So if you're in France and you're not yet working with Sabine or Magnetic, do not hesitate to contact her. Next week, I will try to show you a video of what happened during the days. So a little behind the scenes, we'll do that on Wednesday. This week is an exciting week in general, because yesterday Gillian came back from France. I came back on Monday. Today, Jaap and May were in the office together with Gibbs and Fornell, their 2 dogs, because Jaap had to get his new car, which was very helpful because the old car is still in France. And on Friday, we're going to film our new commercial for our new collection gel polishes called Gilded Elegance. And that is going to be a stunner. So keep an eye on the socials to see the premiere of this new commercial. But we first have to make it. My head is boiling with ideas. We have a beautiful model. Gillian has a lot of ideas. So all together, we're just going to have an awesome day on Friday. So that is our magnetic week. Let's go back to you and your second design.
Yes. I've already prepared a tip already. And this is the color Golden Cauldron. And I love the way we now have art on the bottles. And this is an image we also have on the plate. So I was like, oh, I like this. I want to use this together. So I've already prepared my tip, 2 coats of the color, Golden Cauldron. And I've added a little bit of the blush Sparkling Glossy, if I'm correct, on top and on the free edge. And I just faded it out like a little sort of an fading ombre thingy. And again added a matte top gel. Because I want to show you a way with liner gel to give that same effect of a matte base and a shiny element in this case. Because the liner gel, you can stamp with it, but when it's cured, it has a slight shine to it. So you can play around with that too. So I'm going to show you. The same plate, the same trick or treat. And I'm a lefty, so I swipe left. If you're right-handed, you will swipe right easier. So when you're applying or scraping, really think about the shortest way off your plate.
Okay.
So I want this one.
Yeah.
If I apply my product on this side and swipe all the way around this way, I cover 4 designs. And cleaning up is more work and more nail wipes I need to use to clean it. So if I use it this way, I'm sorry if it's too shiny, and apply product on this side and swipe it this way, I'm quicker off my plate, so I can swipe faster, and it's easier cleanup.
Okay, that's
so
a very
think
good
about
tip.
that.
Again. So double coat or load the stamping plate with nail polish, but now also make sure that you always take the shortest way from the stamp to the brush wipe.
Yeah.
Very good tip. Okay, and you're using the silicone shaper.
Yeah, and the liner gel black, and I'm going to apply this all over the element I'm going to use, and I'm using this one, the silicone shaper, to push it into the lines.
Push it real good.
Yeah.
Push it. Yeah, this is different than using the nail polish, because with the nail polish you put it next to the stamp and you swipe it, but now you really push it into the stamp.
Yeah, you can also apply with nail polish all over, but you use more product that you're just swiping away, so that's a waste. With the the liner gel, you need to help it a little bit into those lines of the image you want to stamp, so you need to apply it on top. But if you look at my I forgot the name already. Silicone shaper. There's a lot of product still on here, and I can even scrape the excess off already,
Oh, yeah.
and then I can scrape to clean
And
it
so
off.
just to make sure, but there's no time pressure now,
No, no,
unless you're working in front of a window.
yeah. If you're working in sunlight, which I suggest you don't, there's a time pressure, but I can leave this on the table and go get a cup of coffee, smoke. I don't smoke, but maybe you want to smoke.
Oh,
You can do everything.
speaking of which,
And when you come back, it's still usable. Even if you leave it in sunlight, of course. But the way I pick it up is also a little bit different. Still with a stamp. I will switch to this one now, because for me it's easier to pick it up with the more used stamper than with the shiny surface, because like I told you before, with preparing the tip, it also works that way on your stamper. So I will turn it around.
okay, now you turn it around to have it straight in front of you.
If it's nail polish, I don't do this. I just pick it up the other way around. But look at how slow I'm picking this up. I'm putting it down and I'm rolling it over. And there is my stamp.
Do you also have to push harder or
No.
use more pressure? No.
No, you use a little bit of pressure, but don't make your stamp go all the way in. It's just touching the surface and just rolling it gently.
Yeah, because it has to pull it out of the grooves.
Yeah.
Out of the groove. Yeah. So you have to roll to push it out of the groove.
Yeah, it's a soft product, whereas a nail polish is drying while you work with it. The liner gel keeps the liquid state. So if you go over it really fast, it doesn't have time to transfer from your plate to your stamp. So take your time. The second thing with liner gel, because it's still soft, if you put it onto your nail directly, it's possible. But if you put a lot of too much pressure onto it, the lines won't be as sharp as you want to. So what you can do, if you have your twin light, put it on, just a random one. I've put it on 1.5 minutes now. Doesn't matter, just put it on. And with your stamper,
With your wet stamp.
yeah, move
Okay.
it before your lamp. So it touches the light, but not fully cured.
Wait. I will zoom out a little bit, then they can see what you're doing. Because I feel this is again important. And that was the wrong direction.
Like always.
Yeah.
Look at the mess.
It's very structured.
Yeah, structured mess. Is it possible to see? I
Yeah.
have my stamp, and I just go whoop, langs.
Oh, that was it.
Yeah. It's not to cure it, but to make sure the lines keep their form.
Okay.
And then I can stamp it again in a rolling motion. And I will try to put it more in the center this time. And again, take your time, don't be too quickly, and transfer it. You can stamp it again, because if you see my stamper, it still has some the image on it, but
Yeah.
it will be less pigmented, so be careful. I wouldn't use it on 2 ring fingers, because one will be black and the other one will look more grayish. So it is possible, but you will see a slight difference. Before I'm fully curing this design, I'm removing the excess, so the little spots I don't want. Like right here, a little part, and on top here. And because this is liner gel, I need to cure this now. These are thin lines, so for now, for the demo, I'm only going to use 30 seconds of curing time. If you do this on a client and I'm not going to top coat this anymore. So then you really need the 1.5 minutes to fully cure.
I saw a question of Elvira, whether or not Jessica and I brought back pencils from the hotel in France. Well, unfortunately, the Novotel refillable pencils were no longer available because it's plastic, and they are not allowed to give away plastic because of the environment. So even though we were quite disappointed, we also understand that reason. We do have another solution, but more about that next week. So, okay, 30 seconds over and done with. Tak tak.
and verder, as we say in Dutch. I'm switching to the same, where is it? Mix, liner gel with the Cerise Sweeties, because again, I want to add some highlights. And this is also, when you cure it, it has a light, slight shine.
Yeah.
So it's really cool effect you create with this. Filling my Jessica's Choice brush again. And I'm just looking where I want some highlights. Yes. I'm sorry if it's too compact. I work really close together with my hands. Little line here.
And you're also supporting for everybody that participated in Jessica's bootcamp. You know how important that support is, whether you're hand painting or stamping or detailing like now. These are, of course, the fine lines. Yeah. So we see that all nail artists actually used a similar technique. Peggy is asking whether or not it's easier to first remove the surplus of the stamp and the gel before stamping. Well, yes, Peggy, that is what Aletta explained, that you take away what you don't need prior to curing, because that's easier.
You can also remove it from the stamp before you stamp, but it's just the way you want to do it. Everything is fine. All is good. Maybe some small highlights.
Yes, I thought so as well. I thought I wanted to say it, but oh yeah, that's nice, and a chubby cauldron, just like I feel at the moment. But that's thanks to the food of Susie this evening,
Delicious
which was
soup.
a delicious Hungarian goulash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never had a real Hungarian goulash, but now I do, and I feel chubby.
It was really delicious. I've switched to my Detailer 1 again, and with the same white mix, I'm going to add a little bit of dots, just to give it a little bit more effect again. Really small. I like dots. I add dots everywhere if I have the chance, so teeny tiny ones. You can also do this with your dotting tool, of course, but the dots will be bigger, because I haven't found a dotting tool small enough to make.
No, and the benefit of doing this with your brush is that you decide whether or not the dot is a little bit bigger or smaller, because it depends on how far you make contact between the tip of your brush and the surface. So I also definitely prefer to do this with my brush, and also everywhere. It's like freckles on, like freckles everywhere, Dotsky.
Yeah, I agree. I love it. Now I'm switching to the black mix, because I want to add a little bit of black dots as well. And after I do this, I cure it, and it's already done. It's very fast. Picking up a little bit on my palettes.
Just go a little bit to the middle.
Yep, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
So I've cleaned my brush, and I've added some mix of the black and a few poop poop.
Ah, poop poops.
Poop poops. Oh, wee wee.
Henriette says, I love how we can mix and match stamping with hand painting. Well, that's also, of course, Henriette, what you live and breathe, this combination. And it's so much fun to see how you take a design and just with a few little details embellish it to an awesome, unique design.
Now it really looks like the cauldron is bubbling.
Yeah.
I'm happy with this, so I'm going to cure it. And of course you can apply a top coat over this if you want the whole nail shiny. But I wanted to show you the difference you can, different effect you can create when you use liner gel on top of your top gel. I have more examples from this effect.
First, before we go there, a question of Margaret, Magnus something. Hello, Margaret. She's trying stamping, but she has trouble with them smearing and not sticking to the nail. Does it make a difference which silicone stamper we use? I can answer that, but perhaps you can answer that as well.
I don't really understand smearing.
Yeah, that it smears. That you put it and it smears. I can answer that.
Yeah.
You know what, Margaret?
Sorry.
When we started stamping, May and I, the both of us, we went to a show to find the perfect stamp. I actually had in my suitcase nail polish and stamping plates and nail wipes and nail and color pops. And May and I kid you not, this is really true, we took like 30 different stamps. And every night when we came back in the hotel, we first had a little drink and talked, and then we went to my room, because I was in the smoker's room. That's always helpful, but that was a minor detail. And I tested all of the stamps together with May. And this was from that person, and that was from this company. I get emotional of it. And we did that until we found the perfect stamp. So the stamp makes a huge difference, at least in our experience, and that was really a great memory to cherish. Testing all of those stamps in the middle of that hotel room, doing everything like being in a nail studio, well, in a nail studio from long time ago, that is. Okay, you wanted to show us lots of beautiful thingies.
Yeah. What I love to do in my salon when we have new colors is make a nail art for the name of the polish. So like this one, the Golden Cauldron, I made a Golden Cauldron. I've also did this with the other colors.
Beautiful.
So Spellbook, Crystal Blue, Dagger Red,
Purple Potion.
Purple Potion and Magic Wand.
Goed zo.
Yeah,
Good.
I remembered.
Yeah.
This is I like this because first it shows the new colors, but it also shows my clients the possibilities with the colors.
It's really cool. Really a cool creative idea. Let's do our second screenshot of this evening. Put them 3, 2, 1, screenshot. Yeah, I think I love the Purple Potion best.
Yeah, I love that stamp as well.
Yeah.
I'm using it in another design soon, but I like potions.
Of course, we have 2 more designs in stock for you and the winners of Henriette's challenge of 2 weeks ago with those beautiful pumpkins. But before we go there, we go to visit our latest collection. Is it Love or is it Desire? Magic by Magnetic. Yeah, a beautiful collection of beautiful red and pink tones, always popular in a nail studio. Well, the new collection, Gilded Elegance, that we will release during the weekend of the 9th and 10th of November, are darker colors but with matching glitters. That's all I can tell you now about this collection, but they're absolutely stunning and beautiful, and again, must-haves, as are all the magnetic colors. Aletta, I don't want to take too much wind out of your wings. I want to go straight back to you because you have another design for us.
Yes, I'm going straight on with my next design. I had a little bit of a blackout, I'm sorry. For this design, I've already prepared a black nail. So 2 coats of blackest black. And for this one, it's important to apply a matte top gel on top, cure this fully, and then remove the slight sticky layer. I don't want to call it the sticky layer because it doesn't really have a sticky layer, and then buff it. Because I'm going to use neon pigments, so I need a really prepared surface for this, and I will show you why. I've already filled up my stamping plate. I'm getting a little slight error in my head, I feel. And I'm scraping off the excess. It's a little bit more difficult because it's the edge of the plate. So I need to really make sure I remove all of the excess.
Mm-hmm.
Again, with the rolling motion, I pick up my stamp and it's there. For this design, I'm removing the slight white sheen on top. Residue, thank you.
And of course, no worries because it doesn't cure.
Yeah, I can just remove this. And now I'm ready to stamp it. I'm not going to keep this in front of my twin light because I need all of the sticky layer this product has. So I'm putting my finger underneath the nail, and with a slight rolling motion, I roll it on top. Now I get my neon pigments. I'm using the purple one and the orange one. And my Henrietta's pigment brush. This hasn't been cured at all, so be careful. Don't push too hard.
No, so it's wet and it's liner gel.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm picking up a little bit of product and I'm dabbing it onto the stamp.
Cool.
Don't push it. Don't roll around in it.
Don't push it real good.
I'm cleaning my brush.
Oh, you should have like a couple of brushes, like Henriette
Yeah.
has.
I'm growing my collection of brushes, so maybe one day. I'm removing this one because I don't want to mix it. And do the same thing with the purple.
Oh, this is already very cute. I love also the fact that it almost is like a halo around that spider web.
Yeah. And now, when you're happy with your
it also
pigments?
seems to blend really well into each other.
Yeah.
That was Gillian that came with that comment because he was like, whoa, that blends well.
Yeah, because the product underneath is a little bit wet, and because the pigment is really fine, it really blends really well. I don't want to close these. Now I'm curing it, and I want to add another one underneath it, but I first cure this one because I don't want to ruin the first stamp or the pigments when I am applying the second one, because you again are going to put pressure on that nail. So I'm cleaning my stamp.
Yeah, Tara is asking how you clean that pigment brush.
I use a dry brush wipe, and I just swirl it around really carefully.
Swirl around every night and day. Oh, I'm in a musical mood this evening.
Yeah, I know.
And this is enough. So you don't have to really wet it or something.
No.
Because you don't want to damage the hair, of course.
If you have glitters in this and you are like, I can't get it out, you can also use the clothing roller and just roll it around. You can see there are still some pigments in there.
Yeah, or you could use some Scotch tape, Gillian says, but that is then really a man speaking. We all have the lint roller waiting for this. Scotch tape is a little bit stronger. Jaap and May came home and they've joined us now this evening. And May says, hello everybody, here we are finally. And I asked her, how was the ride back home? She said, well, that was great, as long as you're not turning all of the buttons while driving. Well, that can be a challenge, although I understand where that comes from. Anywho, so, next.
Yeah, I'm applying some liner gel again, because I want to do this a second time. So same steps, swiping, and you can see when I use liner gel, I swipe a little bit more. And a little bit more firm with my scraper. So I can really remove the
because
excess.
It's quite sticky, of course.
Yeah. But I can really remove the excess of liner gel. Now I pick it up with a rolling motion again. And again, remove the stuff I don't want on there. If you don't do this, the little white sheen you see on here will also pick up your neon pigments. So the black background will disappear or will not be really black anymore.
Will be smudgy.
Yeah, and we don't want that. So I'm adding the second one.
So that first one is now cured?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've added with my fluffy brush, this one, I remove the excess pigment.
Very cool.
So same steps. I always start with my lightest pigment,
Mhm.
in this case the orange one. Where did I leave my brush? There. And I always work from out of the lid, not from the jar directly. Maybe I pick up some pigment, but then I tap it out in here, because you don't need a lot of pigment. Which
Was there
one?
prep and wipe on your nail wipe? Sabine is asking. When you cleaned your brush? No, it was a
No.
dry brush wipe.
Yeah, dry brush wipe. Clean it again. So dry one and just rolling swirly motions. And you can see when the pigments are cleaned out of it, because it doesn't give off any pigment anymore. And then I switch to the purple one. Rotate my nail. And
I love the combination of the orange and the purple.
it's really the Halloween colors.
Yeah.
So. And you can see this one, I added a little bit more pigment in one go. And the colors are more vibrant than this one. So you can
Yeah.
play around with that as well. I'm not bothering to remove my excess at this point. So I'm curing this, and I will remove the excess after.
Gemma's asking, or saying, you're not curing this before adding the pigment.
No.
Because she's afraid that it would smudge and get stained when she does it like this.
Yeah.
But I think Aletta is using actually very soft, not pressure, but like a feathery touch.
The problem you can get when you cure it beforehand is that it's cured too much, and then the pigment won't stuck to it anymore. The lines are very, very thin, so it cures in a second. Or not fully, of course, but it cures to a solid very fast. So if you cure it before you put the pigments on, you can't put the pigments on anymore, and that's a shame. Black and white is also cool, but if you want to add the color and it can't be done anymore, that's a shame. So that's why. I'm letting it cure for a few seconds, and then I will remove the excess and apply the top gel.
And what kind of top gel are you going to use for this design?
This one I'm going to add a shiny top coat.
Nice.
I'm removing
Cleaning your stamp.
the...
On the wipe, there is a little bit of prep and wipe.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
one has a little bit of prep and wipe. With the nail polish, I use acetone, and with the liner gel, I use a prep and wipe. For my stamping plate, it's a little bit different. I first remove, I will show it, with the most of the product with this, with a nail wipe with a little prep and wipe. But sometimes it's not really here now, but sometimes you get a little bit of haze on top of the plate. If you have this after stamping with liner gel, clean it with prep and wipe first, and then clean it with acetone, so the plate is completely clean again.
Okay. But you can see that when that is the
Yeah,
case.
yeah.
Okay. And why don't you clean it immediately with acetone?
It is possible, but I feel for my, how do you say it in English? I feel like it works better and it gets cleaner faster if you use prep and wipe first and then the acetone.
Okay, so then it was a good question because great, thank you. Okay, so let's go to the design because I see that you have the fluffy in your handy.
Yes, yes. And I will just go lightly over the nail and slightly remove the excess. Right on here, you can see there's still a little bit of pigment on the black.
Yeah.
Probably if I top coat this, it will disappear because it's a black background. I don't have my polish corrector pen with me, I see. But if you have the polish corrector pen, you can remove this. Now I have my, let me look, the Ultra Designer as well. I like this one because it's a more compact one.
And here comes out of the blue.
Thank you. I will show you with this one. This one is really easy to clean up really small areas. But if you have the corrector pen, there is some color on here. I hope it won't. So it's clean. You can really easily remove that excess
Oh yeah.
pigment.
And this just takes a couple of seconds, but it makes all the difference when somebody's wearing this,
Yeah.
because it looks so much cleaner and sharper.
Really true. And now I'm going to top coat it. This one I'm going to add 2 coats of my base and top to seal it in real good. But I will, for tonight, just add 1 layer.
And you're using prep and wipe to clean, eh? Laurence is asking.
Yeah. And then you can see the design come to life again.
Yeah, beautiful. So effective on the black background.
Yeah.
It really pops off.
It's also really cool on a white background. I will show some other designs. This one I did with the latest events, but it's a real different look, but it's the same steps. So instead of a black background, I used a white background, but the steps with the stamp are the same. So white liner gel, and in this case, multiple neon pigments.
I see a lot happening. It's like they're giving light, those tips.
They're really
very cool.
So you can see the difference. It's the same technique, but a world of difference in style and outcome.
Ah, I love it. I think I like it in white even more. Well, we have to do a screenshot, my darling.
I'll put this one to the side as well.
Okay, let's go. 3, 2, 1, screenshot. I like the white ones. But what is underneath? What do I see? Is it unicorn silver?
Yes, good eye, Pepijn. Yes.
Oh, yeah, I know our products.
Yeah, and I again applied a matte top coat because I like the flakes and unicorn flakes when finished with a matte top coat. And then a little bit of shiny highlights as well.
Gemma is asking how it's possible that you don't get the pigment in the white background.
The same as I showed you.
It's on top.
Yeah, the same as I showed you just with the spider web. I 2 coats of white is white. In the sticky layer of the white is white, I applied the unicorn flakes, applied a matte top gel, cured this and buffed this, and then I used the stamp. So the same way as I did with this one.
Exactly the same way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just always work neatly and perfectly, because those are the steps that you need to take to become utterly fabulous. Very beautiful. I wanted to talk in Dutch all of a sudden. I've never had that. Very beautiful. Thank you, Aletta. You have one more for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think we're going to, because I keep you hanging on a little bit longer to find out whether or not you're a winner for Henriette's challenge. We'll just do the base of this design, then we'll jump to Henriette and then back for the final result. So, what is the final design that you want to show?
It's also a, just like I said before, I love potions. All witchy stuff, fantasy stuff I like. So this one is really in my area. How do you say it? So I'm going to use a not really normal background for Halloween designs, but I want to show you a different way you can also use if your clients maybe don't like black or the spooky stuff, but also like something slightly Halloween-ish. So I prepared a nude nail for this look, and I've with the airbrush I made a slight baby boom.
It's a baby boom.
Yeah, and
because you're also an airbrush queen, eh?
I like airbrush, but I don't do it often enough. I want to do it more, but I don't have the time I don't take the time for it. That's the one. But I really love the effect, and I love the way you can create a baby boom really fast. So nude background, air nails, baby boom, and I applied a base and top on top. Cured this, removed the sticky layer and buffed it, and now I'm ready to stamp. Did I forget something? No.
No, I don't think so.
And I want to use, there are multiple potions on here. This one and this one. And I love both of them, but I like the round one, so I'm going to use this one. And I'm switching back to my nail polish for this design. But you can also use this, make this design with a liner gel. It's, yeah, your choice. I'm getting my stuff. Everything is clean, not really. So my polish is shaken and open. My stamp is clean. My scraper is clean. And now I'm ready to pick it up. I'm applying a little bit of polish. Scrape, scrape. Just for funsies, I'm applying a little bit more.
Yeah, like you showed us.
Yeah, to make sure the lines are fully filled in. And I'm adding it on top of my nail in a rolling motion. There it is.
Yeah, cool.
One quick tip: when you when you stamp on clients, but also really important with these tips, when you stamp on it, I'll show it from the side. They are really flexible. If you stamp like this, the stamp won't transfer. So really make sure you have a
pressure from the back.
Yeah, this is the same when you stamp on a fingernail. Really hold that finger in place and then stamp on top of it.
Okay, yeah. You want to stir the ground to do your stamping on. And you were pushing with the stamp on top of that potion bottle, and I was like, whoa, what will happen with the potion bottle? But nothing happened.
No.
It's perfect still. You just have that little black spot.
Yeah, and now it's gone. No, with the nail polish, it's easier to just push it onto the nail, because it won't seep away like the liner gel can do if you put more pressure on it. So my stamp is on my nail. I'm going to use the Disco Inferno glitter, the silver one. But it won't stay silver.
Huh? Oh, okay. I'm going to get ready for this.
So, I need to clean my brush. I'm sorry, 1 second.
I will also zoom in a little bit more. So you have to find your middle again.
Yeah. Yeah. This is, again, nail polish, so it's dry. So I can work with my next step directly. And I'm going to fill in the little bottle. Just a thin layer.
Cool.
And you can keep it like this, of course, but we have the awesome gloss polishes. So you can give this any color you'd like. I'm curing this in a light. And for this design, I'm going to use 3 gloss polishes.
3?
Yeah.
Oh my.
The yellow one, the amber one, and the burgundy one. Because that, for me, those 3 colors together scream autumn.
And the glitter that we saw is already, it's a ready-made gel polish.
Yeah.
It's called Disco Inferno. It's one of 6 colors that are just glitter gel polishes.
Yes, they're really cool and really easy to use in nail art like this. But you can also use your own mix, like I did with the first design, mix a chrome pigment. You can use the mermaid spray, the glitter sprays, and mix it with base and top. So you can, the possibilities are endless. So it's cured. I like it like this as well.
Yeah.
But I want to give it a little bit more.
I like the softness on the baby boom.
Yeah. I'm going to give it a little bit more color. And I'm starting with the yellow. Just a little bit.
Sydney Wallace actually used Disco Inferno on the client today. Well, it's
awesome.
a beautiful color, but well, this is, that's very, cool.
Now I'm switching to the amber, while the yellow one is still wet, so it helps me make a nice blend.
Yeah, this is what we also learned from Jessica, of course, last week, to blend the two together, but very thin, and you see the glitter shining through.
Yes. And for
very
the
cool.
final color, I'm using a little bit of burgundy.
Ah, burgundy.
Yeah. Because this one of these 3 is, burgundy is the most pigmented. And it gets, how do I say it? Overhearsed.
it gets very dominant.
Yeah, thank you. So I want to use a little bit of this color, but look at this effect.
This is really a magic potion.
Before I'm curing this, I also want to apply these colors in the poof of
Oh, in the poof.
in the poof. How do you call this?
In the vapors coming from that bottle of magic potion.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't have thought of that. Little bit of the amber.
Oh yeah, very cool. Very cute.
You don't have to be perfect with this because it only adds to the fantasy look when you have it a little bit of the color everywhere.
Yeah, Cindy that used the Disco Inferno earlier today says, oh wow, I wish I knew this one earlier. Laurent says, this gives the magic touch. Sabine says, very nice. And somebody's wanting to use the whole collection of glass. This is super cute, says Henriette. Amazing design, Aletta says. And Maria, of course. Gemma says she's loving the glass polishes more and more. Oh, so cool, Magda says. And, of course, Elvira says without the glitter. I think Elvira would prefer it without the glitter, I understand. But Elvira, everybody is different. C'est la vie. Oh, I'm so inspired by last weekend. Oh, cannot tell you enough. Je ne sais quoi. Oh, oui, oui. Anyhow, so how long do you cure this?
This I cure for 10 to 30 seconds, because I'm going to add a matte top gel on top now. And then I'm going to add a little bit more sparkles and dots, of course. And then I'm going to add shine back only on the bottle. So you have, again, that little bit of playfulness with the matte background and the shiny
Yeah, you
bottle.
almost lost me. But
sorry.
I'm back.
It was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot.
So I'm going to add a matte
Oh,
top gel.
Elvira says, no, she would have done the little vapor thingy also with glitter.
Yeah.
But it's the glitter that gives the vapor. It's the moving essence of life that shiminy, shimmery in the bottle.
You know what's also a really cool effect? If
No.
you use the cat eye into the... Where I use the glitter now,
Yeah?
then make that a cat eye effect.
Or FX foil.
Yeah. Oh, yes. That's also really cool. I haven't thought of that. I was looking in, I have all my tips here, and I was looking, I have another one I can show you real fast because it's curing. This one I used another glitter.
Oh, cool. Also cool.
And all the flakes and all the glitters. So
Actually, you did it once for a show, I
yeah,
believe.
this one is a demo for a Nail Talk Live. Oh, I'm sorry, not a Nail Talk Live, but a Nail Talk show.
But that's also a Nail Talk Live show.
Yeah.
It's all Nail Talk Live. Very
this
cool.
one you can find back on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken. So now it's
May
all...
says that it's very nice. Therese says, love this little potion bottle. Awesome. Oh, I like it also. I like it like this as well.
It's really cool. I like to make my glitters matte. It's a really cool effect, almost a frosted-like effect.
And Emily says, incroyable ce set. That it already reads beautiful, let alone it sounds beautiful, if somebody would say that to you.
So now I'm going to add the shine back. And for this I use the Supreme Finish. Base and top is also usable, but you need to remove the sticky layer afterward. And I'm going to...
But are you covering the whole bottle?
Only
the essence?
Yeah, only the bit where the glitters
The potion.
are. Yeah. And you can keep this flat, but you can also give it a little bit of a 3D effect. When you want to do this, you first apply it all over, then pick up a little bit of a drop, and then just in the middle, just let it go. And then you can create a little bit of a
volume.
And then I cure this for 10 seconds because I want to add more to this nail. Just a little bit of extra, like I did on the cauldron, a little bit of dots, a little few stars to make the magic really appear. So 10 seconds. Where is my Jessica's Choice? Right here.
No, Sabine, I did not forget the winners. I have the winners waiting here on my piece of paper. I just want to see what is going to happen because we are all hypnotized, as you say, by this design. So, yeah, okay. Oh, there's a Dotsky.
Little dots.
And a Dotsky.
I'm making the point of my brush very sharp now, and I'm just pulling with no extra product. Just pulling from the dot downwards. Same way this side. Little line. I find it easier for me to rotate my tip if I do this. Just to make it easier for me. And I'm going to do the same right here. Ooh, I'm starting to shake. Ah! It's the final design. I can't ruin this one now.
And of course, Gemma, Sabine says this design is awesome. And Gemma says, the question of the evening, what would you charge for this design in the nail studio? She would charge €2, but what would you charge?
Minimum of 250, I think. But
I would say 5.
Yeah, I would go to 5
I would
as well.
really pay €5
Yeah.
for a design like this.
Yeah, I agree. Minimum of 5 if you do 2 nails, of course. Because you have a glitter, you have the gloss, you have the little accents with the liner gel. So 250 is at the minimum. I would say 5 at least. 750 if you're there, a daredevil. Back with my detailer 1 and adding some dots again. And I love the white dots because they really pop on top of the baby boom. Even though it's white on white, you still see the difference.
Yeah.
And of course, I want to add a little bit of highlight in the bottle.
Magda says, Aletta, you're just amazing in capital letters. Monica says, love it, so beautiful. And Etty agrees with you, €5.
Oh, I'm making it difficult for myself on camera. Little line.
You can do it.
Woohoo! Did you see the shake?
Yeah.
A little shaky, but it's fine. And just to finish it off, a little line. Oops. I love how the white makes the design pop even more.
Yeah, I agree.
I like it like this. So I'm going to cure it. And because I already applied the matte top gel and the Supreme finish, you can leave it like this. You don't need to add another layer because it's already sealed in all of it, the design.
Michelle says, I always thought stamping was too simple and she always did hand painting, but these designs are so beautiful and are handmade too. So yes, I also felt always that I needed to hand paint and not use stamps. But these stamps really, in combination with the hand painting, you take it really up another level. But even in itself, the stamp is super cool to use.
Yeah.
So find out what you can do with your stamp. I see that you're
I'm adding a little bit of more dots. I couldn't stop. No, I really like the possibilities you have with stamping, because you can keep it really simple and really fast, but you can even make the largest artworks with it.
And you can win competitions with
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Aletta?
You can do that as well. I have the somewhere. Oh, I can show you the one that won. It's also in autumn style.
Cool.
And some may recognize this one, because it's the nails I, how do you say it? These nails were my inspiration for the first lookbook.
Yeah, I remember. Beautiful. Dunya has a question. Do you always color the stamps when they're on the tip or on the nail, or also sometimes on the stamper itself?
This is a possibility. You can do this. I don't prefer it. One, because if you use nail polish, sometimes the surface of the stamp is a little bit yeah, it slides on top of the stamp. I personally don't like it. You can use it. You can use gel polish or you can use nail polish. I prefer it to first stamp it and then work on top of the nail. Secondly, because if I'm working on a client, I want to work on her nails. If I'm have a client directly in front of me and I'm working on my stamp like this, I feel a bit weird. So I prefer to work on her nails than in my own bubble, if that's
I understand. I actually
understandable.
understand what you mean. Because then the client is involved in
Yeah,
what you're doing.
yeah.
While if you're sitting there in your own bubble, then the client could also go home.
Yeah, see you in 2 hours. So it's a possibility, but I personally don't really enjoy working that way. The design is finished,
Beautiful.
and I have my already prepared nails. So you can see with just a different usage of your glass polishes, you can even create a whole different look. And how fun is it to combine this one, for example, with blue nails
Yeah.
next to it, and this one with pink, or maybe a gender reveal if you're
Oh yeah.
into that kind of stuff. So you can use all of the glass polish, all of the glitters, all of the, well, I said it, pigments, to create this design.
Okay, there we go. 3, 2, 1, screenshot. Beautiful, Aletta. I do want to make a screenshot of your winning nails, but before we go to that, of course, I have the winners of Henriette's challenge for you. I postponed it a little bit towards the end of the show, and I'll get my feedback. People love it. How cool and so quick. Chrisje says, this is so beautiful, like always, Aletta. So great. Etty says, totally in love, Sabine says. Magda says, love, love, love. Naomi says, oh, well, that's just stunning. Well done, Aletta. So beautiful. Says Susie, so everybody is really loving it. So, we had a challenge of Henriette 2 weeks ago, and this was the challenge. Make a cute set of nails matching the upcoming season with at least one pumpkin. The more pumpkins, the better. 5 nails either on the client's hand or on nail art tips. And the general feedback of Henriette was, I'm blown away by the great work you all have submitted. You made it incredibly difficult for me to choose 3 winners. I love your commitment and creativity. Keep up the amazing work from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, everyone. You make me proud and happy. Well, that's nice to hear. The first winner is from the Netherlands, and this is your feedback. This is just so stunning. The combination of colors just make the set complete. You blow me away with your pumpkin artwork, and you just made the look more Halloween with a boo text. I love how you have played with everything. Congratulations from the Netherlands, Melanie Vleugel. Congratulations, and here you see it, the beautiful pumpkins, boo, the beautiful purple color, really beautiful, and also the composition with the fall leaves, amazing, and a well-deserved winner. The second winner is also, let me check, from the Netherlands. Well, we are here tonight, and this design, the feedback is, your design is just awesome. The complete look just matches together, and I love how you've taken the pumpkin and mixed and matched together with Jack's skeleton. I really like that you have played with the design and made the background matching to the whole design. Great work from the Netherlands. Congratulations, Tamira Leeuwen. Congratulations with your beautiful out-of-the-box design with Jack's skeleton and the dog from the Nightmare Before Christmas, I believe. Or is it the Corpse's Bride? No, the Nightmare Before Christmas. Beautiful. Well done also with your beautiful design, and well deserved. The last winner is from, let me check, Sweden or Knäckebröd. No, from Sweden. And of her design, Henriette says, your pumpkin is just so sweet and pretty. I love that you have done the pumpkins in different directions on all the nails. Ooh, I want to see that. So pretty and cozy. Love your lines in the pumpkins, the combinations, and love how you've written the text yourself. This is really perfect for the season. Congratulations from Sweden to Beatrice Meuberg. Congratulations. Oh, I see all the pumpkins are angling a different direction, like you're in a vegetable garden with leaves and petals and little autumny thingies. Congratulations, Beatrice. Well deserved, but all 3 of you, of course, Congratulations with your participation and winning this amazing prize. Oh, my colleague Gillian forgot to put in the prize of Henriette, but let me take it from my head. It was, I believe, Henriette's choice brush, Henriette's pigment brush, and more! All coming straight to you from the Netherlands, from our hearts. So thank you for participating. And all of you who participated, of course, you have received your e-certificate, feedback from Jessica and Henriette, and made this another great, great, great evening for us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's go back to you, Aletta, because I see that you have a composition ready for us.
Yeah, I have some, of course, the designs I showed tonight, but I first want to show again the pumpkin and fall leaves, because you said you wanted to do a screenshot for this one as well.
Of course. Sorry, I was checking the comments. Okay, 3, 2, 1, screenshot! Beautiful, and a well-deserved winner.
Thank you so much.
Oh, I have to zoom out, sorry.
It's a bit much. So.
And if you put it a little bit higher, yes.
Perfect.
All done in an evening.
And I want to quickly, if there's some time.
Well, we have 4 minutes left, and I still have to do your homework, so. Okay, so this is what you can do easily with stamping and inspiration from Aletta. So, 3, 2, 1, screenshot. I loved it, Aletta. Good. I know you were a little bit nervous, but did you like it as well?
Yeah, if I can stamp, I'm happy, but I was really nervous. So I hope it was clear, the instructions. If not, you can always ask me on Instagram or Facebook. I will help you, gladly help you. And I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you got some inspiration of these nail arts.
Thank you, Aletta. I really enjoyed as well, but I know what a talent you are. And we are very happy, I'm very happy that you give these classes and be a part of Nails for Life. And of course, our competition team captain together with Michelle. So we're going to schedule some more stamping e-workshops for all of you at home. If you want to compete this time, of course, you have to make your homework. And that is 10 different stamping designs of your choice. You can play around with different products for stamping, but just make 10 beautiful designs. We are really looking forward to seeing that. You have 2 weeks to complete your homework. That means until the 30th of October. Upload them using the link that you can find in the album Stamping. Of course, you will get feedback from Jessica and support if you need to do some corrections. And do not forget to send us at least or minimum 4, maximum 4 step-by-step photos and the end result photo. So we can double check that you are also the creator of that homework. If you do that, you will receive your e-certificate, but you have also a chance to win this amazing prize assembled and chosen by Aletta herself, the stamping plate Trick or Treat, the orange and the neon pink pigments, the stamp in transparent, so a new stamp because you always need enough stamps, extreme matte top gel, Disco Inferno, that amazing glitter gel that you can turn to every color using glass, and the liner gel black. If that's not a great prize to win, then I don't know anymore. So do your thing, create your stamped nail art and send it in to us. I want to give the final word to you, Aletta, because it was amazing.
Thank you so much, and thank you for the kind words. It really warms my heart. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. And again, I hope you had a lot of inspiration, and I'm really curious for your designs, and I hope to see you next time.
I also hope to see you next time. Because I already thanked Aletta. I want to thank you at home for joining us this evening and enjoying the possibilities of magnetic nail design and the magnetic nail design products. If you are anywhere, perhaps in a country, and you don't know where your local distributor is, perhaps you want to become a magnetic trainer or you want more information about the magnetic products, do not hesitate to send me an email at info@magneticnaildesign.com, info@magneticnaildesign.com, or contact me through Facebook Messenger. I'm always there. I'm always willing to help you find out more about the products and the amazing way of doing nails like we preach and claim our passion for nails. So thank you for watching us. Thank you, Gillian, again to making all of this possible behind the scenes. Thank you, Aletta, once more. And it leaves me to say, see you soon, see you at Nail Talk Live.